To achieve the global ambition of keeping global warming to 1.5 degrees, we need to rapidly decarbonize our economies to a point where we've got net zero emissions by 2050.
Smoke billows from factories, sunlight shines through a tree, from above, a container boat surges forward, the glowing edge of fire moves across a forest, pump jacks are silhouetted at sunset. Logo, BlackRock, Bottom Line. Decarbonization and the road to a net zero economy. Teresa O'Flynn, Global Head of Sustainable Investing for BlackRock Alternatives Investors. From above, we see a residential area packed tight with houses and a busy 5-lane freeway.
So if we work back, we need to reduce carbon emissions by about 1.7 billion tonnes each year between now and 2050.
Small type, source, breakthrough-energy.org, Getting to Zero, the most ambitious innovation effort in human history, August 2020, breakthrough-energy.org/r-challenge/getting-to-zero. We see empty city streets, quiet businesses, and dormant airports.
To put that figure in context, COVID-19, which saw unprecedented disruption to economic activity and travel, saw carbon emissions fall by about 2 billion tonnes in 2020. Electrification of our energy systems, digitalization, and technological advancement are all at the centre of achieving decarbonisation.
Electric cars are plugged into charging stations. A 3D printer creates a part.
Decarbonisation has three major components. Firstly, using less energy.
1/3 of a pie chart is labeled using less energy. Bikes are parked at a bike-sharing location.
Energy efficiency of equipment, of buildings, of manufacturing, but also affecting the demand side, so consuming less, moving towards the share economy.
The second third of a pie chart is labeled supplying the world with clean energy. We see solar panels, a field of giant windmills.
Secondly, supplying the world with clean energy, such as green electricity, and also the supporting infrastructure and storage capacity that's necessary to deliver a fossil-free grid. Accelerating new energy sources such as hydrogen, but also renewable fuels, particularly for those hard to decarbonize sectors such as aviation.
A car pulls up to a hydrogen refueling station, a jet takes off. The third section of a pie chart is labeled actively removing carbon out of the system.
And finally, actively taking carbon out of the system.
Young trees are planted next to a mature forest.
And this includes nature-based solutions such as reforestation, but also developing the technology that will capture carbon from the atmosphere, store it, and possibly utilize it.
An industrial chimney billows out steam and smoke.
Governments play a critical role in setting the right kind of policy and regulatory environment. And we're also seeing ambition increase in the corporate sector.
A city is filled with glass-windowed skyscrapers.
And so far, over 1,500 companies have set net zero targets, and we've seen industry get together around the trickier to decarbonize sectors, such as heavy industry and manufacturing.
An example of automated manufacturing. We move across a green mode field, an array of blinking servers.
The bottom line is the world is on a massive transformational path, propelling us towards a zero carbon and digital future. We believe that this represents a historic investment opportunity, and that investors would be better served by being on the forefront of this transition.
Logo, BlackRock, Bottom Line. Disclaimers: this material is intended for information purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, a recommendation, or an offer or solicitation to purchase or sell any securities, funds, or strategies to any person in any jurisdiction in which an offer, solicitation, purchase, or sale would be unlawful under the securities laws of such jurisdiction. The opinions expressed are as of April 6, 2021 and are subject to change without notice. Reliance upon information in this material is at the sole discretion of the reader. Investing involves risks. In the US and Canada, this material is intended for public distribution. In the UK and inside the EEA, until December 31, 2020, issued by BlackRock Investment Management, UK, Limited, authorized and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. Registered office, 12 Throgmorton Avenue, London, EC2N2DL. Telephone, +44 027 743 3000. Registered in England and Wales, number 02020394. For your protection, telephone calls are usually recorded. Please refer to the Financial Conduct Authority website for a list of authorized activities conducted by BlackRock. From January 1, 2021, in the event the United Kingdom and the European Union do not enter into an arrangement which permits United Kingdom firms to offer and provide financial services into the European Economic Area, the issuer of this material is, BlackRock Investment Management, UK, Limited for all outside of the European Economic Area, and 2. BlackRock, Netherlands, BV for in the European Economic Area. BlackRock, Netherlands, BV is authorized and regulated by the Netherlands Authority for the Financial Markets. Registered office Amstelplein 1, 1096 Ha, Amsterdam, telephone 020-549-5200, telephone 312549-5200. Trade register number 17068311. For your protection, telephone calls are usually recorded. In Switzerland, this document is marketing material. Issued by BlackRock Investment Management, UK, Limited, authorized and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. Registered office, 12 Throgmorton Avenue, London, EC2N2DL, telephone, +44 027 743 3000. Registered in England and Wales number 02020394. For your protection, telephone calls are usually recorded. For investors in South Africa, please be advised that BlackRock Investment Management, UK, Limited is an authorized financial services provider with the South African Financial Services Board, FSP number 43288. For investors in Israel, BlackRock Investment Management, UK, Limited is not licensed under Israel's Regulation of Investment Advice, Investment Marketing, and Portfolio Management Law, 5755-1995, the Advice Law, nor does it carry insurance thereunder. In Latin America, for institutional investors and financial intermediaries only, not for public distribution. This material is for educational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice or an offer or solicitation to sell or a solicitation of an offer to buy any shares of any fund or security, and it is your responsibility to inform yourself of, and to observe, all applicable laws and regulations of your relevant jurisdiction. If any funds are mentioned or inferred in this material, such funds may not been registered with the securities regulators of Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Mexico, Panama, Peru, Uruguay or any other securities regulator in any Latin American country, and this may not be publicly offered in any such countries. The securities regulators of any country within Latin America have not confirmed the accuracy of any information contained herein. In Mexico, for institutional and qualified investors' use only. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. This material is provided for educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute an offer or solicitation to sell or a solicitation of an offer to buy any shares of any fund or security. These materials are shared for information purposes only, do not constitute investment advice, and are being shared in the understanding that the addressee is an institutional or qualified investor as defined under Mexican Securities, Ley del Mercado de Valores. Each potential investor shall make its own investment decision based on their own analysis of the available information. Please note that by receiving these materials, it shall be construed as a representation by the receiver that it is an institutional or qualified investor as defined under Mexican law. In Singapore, this is issued by BlackRock, Singapore, Limited, Co. Registration number 200010143N. This advertisement or publication has not been reviewed by the Monetary Authority of Singapore. In Hong Kong, this material is issued by BlackRock Asset Management North Asia Limited and has not been reviewed by the Securities and Futures Commission of Hong Kong. In Australia, issued by BlackRock Investment Management, Australia, Limited ABN 130061659758 AFSL 230523, BIN, AL. The material provides general information only and does not take into account your individual objectives, financial situation, needs or circumstances. Copyright 2021 BlackRock Incorporated, all rights reserved. BlackRock is a registered trademark of BlackRock Incorporated or its subsidiaries in the United States and elsewhere. All other trademarks are those of their respective owners.